Good morning and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Tuesday, 3rd March 2026 Aries. Today you might hear of a rather distressing rumor about a person you know or perhaps about your working situation. Don't be surprised if more than one person phones or emails you to fill you in on this. This information might be dependable. It could be based on innuendo or even outright lies. Try to track down the facts before you make yourself crazy over this. Taurus. Personal or professional projects you've been working on might be moving a bit more slowly than you're comfortable with today. You may wonder if this is because you aren't doing something right, and this probably isn't the case. It's no doubt just a normal lag in the energy, which should pick up again tomorrow. Keep at it, get done what you have to, and don't make yourself crazy over it. Gemini, today you might feel shifted by your current situation. Perhaps you've been thinking of changing jobs or professions, or maybe you're considering moving to an exotic place. These are all things that might be good ideas, but today isn't the day to make any definite decisions or even consider your options. You aren't in an objective frame of mind. Wait a few days and then think about this even more. Cancer. Attempts to master a new computer program or other forms of high-tech equipment could seem to be going nowhere. You might tend to doubt your ability and thus feel very frustrated. However, keep at it. You aren't beyond all help. Nothing more than a little focus, concentration, and dogged persistence is required. It might also pay to ask someone else for help who knows more about it. Leo, the rapid level of growth that you've probably been experiencing could suddenly prove too much for you today. You might need to take a little breather to grasp what's happening in your life. New friends, new knowledge, and new opportunities have appeared in profession, but you could still be feeling a bit down, wondering if you can handle it at all. Don't fight these feelings, work through them instead. You'd be better off for it. Virgo, the energy that has propelled you forward for the past several weeks might seem to tag a bit today, causing a momentary panic that your progress won't continue. As a result, you could be feeling a bit blue. Don't fall into this trap. The pace that you have been moving so fast, it has to slow down sometimes. It will pick up again and you'll have a time to catch your breath, so please hang in there. Libra, today you might experience a slight, very temporary dark night of the soul. You could take a long look at your life and even though you're doing well, still feel that you aren't where you are supposed to be. Spiritually, you might doubt the traditional views you've questioned and still wonder about new concepts that you have adopted. Try to distract yourself through reading or perhaps a movie. This feeling will pass by tomorrow. Scorpio, a group with which you're affiliated with could be excited about a course of action that you might not feel is wise now. You might inform them of your reservations, but they're probably too charged up to listen. You could begin to have doubts about goals of your own that may be taking a long time to manifest. Hang in there. Sometimes things take longer than you'd like, but success is still in the wind. Sagittarius, plans for getting together with friends or a romantic partner might have to be postponed because of professional responsibilities that need attention. This could prove upsetting, especially since you have to disappoint others. But these things happen. Don't let it get to you. This will have no lasting impact on your relationship. Work hard, get it done, and schedule time for a bit of fun later. Capricorn, your health has been glowing over the past few weeks. However, today you're likely to feel a little under the weather, and this is probably due to nothing more exotic than stress. You've been working hard and concentrating on little else, so your body is now rebelling. You need some rest, take time off and relax a little. Don't feel guilty about it. Even the president needs alone time occasionally. Aquarius, you might have planned an exciting evening with friends or your current love interest, but you have to postpone it due to forces beyond your control. This could prove both disappointing and frustrating, but there won't be too much you can do about it. Just reschedule and plan something else for tonight. Distracting yourself might be the best way to go. See a movie or a play of your own. Pisces, upsetting events in the neighborhood might have family members in a funk. This could be something major like construction crews tearing up the streets or something as minor as a bout of bad weather. No matter, it's going to make a bit of a difference in your life and be difficult for a while, but you'll have to bear with it. In the meantime, try to cheer everyone up by throwing an impromptu party. This for sure will work. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Tuesday, 3rd March 2026. Do have yourself a wonderful day.
the first Tuesday. This is the first Tuesday in March, the month of March, Women's Day. Oh, that is coming up on the weekend. Oh, we got a lot of things to do in this week. But nonetheless, let's go over to our news department. Let's see what we're working with. We'll be back.
Time now for the news. My name is Timothy Polio. Amid instability in the Middle East, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre is warning that St. Lucians should brace for possible economic shockwaves by doubling down on local food production and fortifying their resilience. The United States military launched a war against Iran on Saturday over prolonged and unsuccessful negotiations to dissuade it from developing nuclear weapons. As the situation could lead to a hike in oil prices and disrupt supply chains, the Prime Minister insists that while external wars are beyond his control, St. Lucia must focus on managing its own resources to cushion any fallouts.
The answer is we have to see if we can eat, we can plant more of what we, grow more of what we eat. These are things we have control over. What's the answer? We have to minimize our expenses on healthcare by driving more carefully on the roads. These are things we can control. What can we control? We can control our littering. We can stop littering our rivers and waste resources on dumping in our rivers and waterways. These may sound even minor, but these are things that we can control. The other things we cannot control.
Less of the island's fisher folk are venturing out to sea due to recent strikes on the high seas by the United States military, which have claimed several lives and left a number of vessels damaged or destroyed. Washington defends the action, which it says is part of an effort to ensure narco-traffickers do not haul illegal drugs onto its shores. A recent kinetic strike, which occurred between St. Lucia and St. Vincent, claimed the lives of 2 St. Lucia nationals.
The complaints from my fishers, a lot of them are scared to go out at sea, especially with what's happening in the southern waters, St. Vincent waters, and the neighboring islands. So you find I wouldn't say all, but majority of our fishers are very scared. Some go out, but they do not have a choice. That's where they earn their livelihood.
Finally, from us this morning, Government Minister and Castries North MP Stevenson King has provided an update on the proposed Marriott Celine Hotel development at VG Beach, addressing public concerns while outlining the road ahead for the project.
In the application for approval in principle, the application speaks to a 10-story building. As to where that 10-story building will go, it's more towards the north of the peninsula. The problem that some residents have is that it is likely to block their view. And that is an issue anybody can raise. If you enjoy a view for all your life and you see the sea every morning, you see the rising sun, etc., and you can see people on the beach and you can see the waves, then maybe you have an issue and you feel that you're going to be denied that opportunity of having that view of the beach. But otherwise, it will follow the exact footprints of the former VG Beach Hotel. Before that, it was owned by a local, and so it wouldn't change in any way, okay? The other aspect is a bigger hotel.
And that's the news. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please join us at noon for our next News Major, the Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polio. Good morning.
Thank you, guys. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Oh my God, listen. Oh, anyways, let's get into our features, because if I get carried away by the atmosphere, we ain't coming out of here today. I spend the entire day in front of the camera and pull my camera. Guy's hand is going to get tired. So let's head into our first feature for this morning. When we did the Business Expo, once again, it was really dependent on us, because we have to go back down Choiseul, we have to go to Choiseul on a separate mission to cover every aspect of this entity, and that is the it's Farmers with Disability, but they just did a documentary, like a short documentary recently entitled Enable Her. So it's a lot happening there, but you know what? Mr. Imab here is going to enlighten us a little bit more because there's a lot happening there. And like I said, we'll go back and really follow through, dissect it a bit. But for now, overall, we wanted to touch base again and see what's been going on with the... Well, the last Business Expo, we were down here, we were excited. And you guys keep hearing me talking all the time on the morning show about wanting to go down to Chozelle to highlight the Farmers with Disability. Casey here, Casey Imab. A whole year, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Here we are again. But I'm blaming you, Casey, because Casey took my number. Yeah, you're taking it, your back, bro. You were supposed to get back in touch with me, but I think nothing happens before it's time.
Right.
So since the last time we connected to now, what has been the responses? We did a nice little feature, and I guess a lot more people get to find out about you guys. We want to come down and do some more stuff in time, but here you back again at the Business Expo. I mean, talk to me. What has been happening?
Right. So since we last talked, we basically almost expanded our market, our scope kind of thing. So the name we've pretty much come up with now, well, it wasn't us. As you can see, it was
Enable Her.
Enable Her is the documentary that we were working on.
You were telling me about that.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So basically it was the brainchild of the past president. She unfortunately, tragically has passed within the last year. But she had a lot of ideas before she went to be with the father. And then one of her visions, well, that you could see with the documentary is that she didn't want to only highlight people with disability, but also she realized that because she was a nurse going to different people's houses, she realized that people who were the caretakers of those people as well were also affected by the disabilities of those people.
Absolutely.
So she wanted to create this almost all-encompassing umbrella that she deemed disabilities uncapped. Because you know, when you go out and you call people handicapped and everything like that, then it kind of, I mean, at the end of it, it's a technical term, but you know, it kind of creates this idea that there's not much you can do in life.
Agreed.
But she didn't like that. She never liked that. That was Nurse Albertina Mondesi. And so she basically wanted to create something where somebody who was either disabled or somebody who was taking care of someone with a disability could go out and do something for themselves. So in the documentary that we did, we highlighted a number of women. You could see 3 of them here. So you have Miss Rose. She suffered with polio, but she crochets to make things. This is Miss Danetta. She's very young. Same thing. Her bones. She had this condition where her bones are pretty much deteriorating, so it's one of those things, but she also creates craft and things like that.
Lovely.
And then you have a farmer here, Miss Maria Augustine. So it's basically, she saw the potential in a lot of people and she really wanted to bring that forward. We also, in our ability, we also wanted to take the time out and create some apparel, different things. That was also done by a business from an individual with a disability. The equipment was actually purchased from the government's MSME loan grant facility. So you know, big up and Emma one time. Yeah, so as you can see here,
the table is quite different this year. Right, this is lovely because it shows the diversity in what obtains under that umbrella. This is beautiful.
Yeah, because last year we had more produce,
and the sea moss and the honeys and the stuff.
This year we came out with a bit more creative things, so you could see stuff there. We also tried to create it so you could see some stuff that's here promoting the documentary, and then there's also some stuff here that may not be directly, it doesn't say directly, but it's something that everybody could wear, like in the I am able kind of thing there. It's something anyone could gravitate to, anybody could wear it, so you're either showing support or you're just empowering. So we definitely want to take that time out. Anybody, regardless of their ability, that wants to send themselves forward, that wants to better themselves, we'll try our best to create a platform for that person as well.
Now listen, you speak extensively about the documentary.
Yes.
Where can we find it?
The documentary is on YouTube currently, so you could search Enable Her on YouTube. There's also a QR code right here, so if somebody is very quick, they can scan it as well. And anybody that purchases, we could print a QR code and give it to you right
What's some of the future plans? I mean, I'm definitely coming to Chozelle. We're doing a tour of the Farmers with Disability. We've got to connect with a few more of them because only a few of you are here today. But we want to come down and do that. But what's next on the agenda for you guys?
Next, we definitely want to expand because we've been operating mostly in that basin of the South. We definitely want to get out, see where are these people with disability, because it's really sad to see when somebody definitely wants to push themselves forward and they just don't get the opportunity to do that. So we want to expand, get more businesses, more of a variety of businesses. We want to basically have a larger platform and definitely work with those people so that even if they even if our platform goes the disability uncapped, we definitely want to push people more in the area of having their own marketing done, having them, because it's definitely for the individual to get bigger. It's not just about disability uncapped as an umbrella. It's like, okay, yeah, we want to be like this big organization and it's all about us, you know. It's definitely about helping the individuals to grow themselves. Everybody needs to do
access
it.
And accessibility for everybody.
Yeah, because when you speak to them, they definitely want to do it. They definitely have the drive. They just need that push, everything like that. Especially with what the government was doing with, like I said, with the MSME loan grant, all that kind of stuff like that. Definitely to raise awareness and just increase how they can produce, how their businesses are. Wonderful. So we definitely want to push them forward like that.
Mr. Alcide, again, very well, very well spoken, and keep on doing a great job. But I'll see you guys soon. I'm taking my number this time. I'm not giving you my number.
Definitely. Okay, that can work as well.
Well, I'll be harassing you this time.
You can have my address, everything, and my nice number.
I'm taking everything because this time I find anywhere.
My shoe size, everything.
GPS tracking and all. I'm on him. Certainly, because we need to go on down and do some extensive work in covering this. I think the rest of Solution needs to be more on board with this. So thank you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Will be happening with our youths on the island is the National Youth Caucus. Yvonne, Edwin is on hand to give us some more enlightening on that. It's quite windy here today. I'm here with Yvonne Edwin, but not in any of the other capacities that we've had Yvonne on the morning show in. This time around is something absolutely totally different, and it's a lot. So I'm going to give her the opportunity to explain why we're meeting here today, what is upcoming, why we should be aware of it, and how does it impact us. Yvonne?
So Zoo Nation Foundation has partnered with the Canadian Fund, it's CFLI, the Canadian Fund for Local Initiatives, under a project called Voices of Peace. And they are leading a National Youth Caucus that will be held on Wednesday, the 4th of March. It's at the Assembly, House of Assembly, and 17 young parliamentarians will be discussing two important pieces of legislation. So the National Youth Policy 2025-2030 and also the Domestic Violence Act of 2022.
Wow.
And they are tasked to examine the act and assess its practical impact from their angle, provide solutions. So two of the key outputs from that is they are to make recommendations to policymakers, and they are also supposed to put forward resolutions that would strengthen communities and, of course, social justice. These two pieces of legislation have been written up, and again, the youth is the next generation, and so why not let them have a go at it and provide the sort of forward-thinking solutions that they see from their lens. And so the debate, it's not a debate, it's actually a constructive dialogue. It's a conversational assembly where they engage in legislative engagement, and they're moving from advocacy, so they're transitioning from just advocacy into this actual legislative engagement.
I like this.
And so I am here in the capacity of donation. I'm part of the Good Deeds Day program, as well as ToastMasters and the Public Service ToastMasters. We are helping the parliamentarians enhance their speaking and ensuring that they are ready for. Of course, there are a lot of other persons who have spearheaded this initiative. ToastMasters, we're coming in towards in the last phase and in the preparation, the setup and how to speak and communicate. And of course, these young persons, they come from an array of places. Some of them are ambassadors, they're already leaders or potential leaders, and so Public Service Toastmasters, what we're aiming to do is to enhance those skills of leadership and communication, and so Good Deeds, we've partnered with them in helping them with those preparation sessions. And so yes, so this is why I'm here in both capacities, but definitely on behalf of Good Deeds, not Good Deeds, but Do Nation, because Good Deeds fall underneath the umbrella of,
Well, here's the Toastmasters doing their good deeds under the donation banner. Have you already started interacting with the young people?
Yes, the interaction has started. Like I said, the caucus is on Wednesday at 8:30, House of Assembly, and the 17 parliamentarians, they all, of course, come from diverse background, and so enhancing their public speaking and their communication skills, that session and preparation has happened. The Public Service Toastmasters, again, we're just using this as a platform, developing young persons, but again, doing our voluntary service of doing our good deed.
Absolutely.
Good deeds also have a lot of other initiatives coming up. There's a lot happening under good deeds. And so this interview may not allow the time for us to talk about all of it.
We definitely, because this is one of our adopted charities as well, so that's not a problem. But I'm curious though about the young people. You have interacted with them. They have been a part of it. How optimistic are you? Because this is some heavy charge. Listen, these two pieces of legislation is very vital ones.
Yes.
And to see our young people spearheading and being involved, being included in the conversation is quite refreshing.
And the focus for donation was to ensure that they get a widespread cross-section of young persons being part of this, adding their voice. And the Domestic Violence Act, though it's 2022, you do have the National Youth Policy, which spans 2025-2030. Right. So this is a historic platform and a framework that they get to engage in. I have seen some of the pieces. We had an interaction just yesterday in a training session, and the questions, the introduction from some of them, I was appalled to see how they already have their strengths in certain areas. But of course, this is their breeding ground. This is a place where they will gain that experience as they move into leadership roles.
Right. Is there a role for us as not as yet, as like the general public? It's not as yet. It's still at the policy making, or it will have to go through the cabinet and these things first before it reaches to us, innit?
Yes. So, but this caucus is specific for the youth, and of course, the nation should be on the lookout to hear those recommendations that will go to the policy makers. And like I said, the ultimate output is to strengthen communities, to strengthen social justice, and ensuring that the act and that policy centered around youth goes through with positive recommendations, or I should not say positive, but practical, result-oriented recommendations. They are also encouraged to use the 4 pillars in terms of their preparation. So they do have an outline on what they should do. And those pillars are looking at these 2 pieces of legislation and looking at the reality. What exists? What is the data? What are these 2 pieces of legislation saying? Right. Then they are to align it. Look at the policy, make the link between the 2, and ultimately a call to action. So they are doing so against 3 pillars. Wow. I am encouraging the public to look out for this discussion. It's, like I said, it's a constructive dialogue, and we tend to think our youth don't have the ability, and so this is an opportunity to see them on showcase.
I would love to see their headspace on matters of that sort. And I would not be surprised, but it would just be a wonderful thing to experience. I'm glad that Toastmasters and Donation Foundation decided to get involved, because that's what it's supposed to be. You know, the wheel in motion. You know, they've got something to offer, but you know what? We need to allow them and assist them along the line. So kudos to you and Toastmasters, and of course Donation Foundation.
Definitely, and we must always find a means to encourage young persons, because we didn't inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrowed it from our children, and so we need to ensure we always have a say and align them to the things or the direction they should take.
And on that note, definitely, we're looking forward to Wednesday the 4th. That's this coming Wednesday. So we're definitely going to be looking forward to that. Certainly. Thank you, Yvonne.
Not a problem.
On a Tuesday, we normally step up the pace a little bit. I'm talking about your accountability partner. Now, let's get up, let's move. It's BweelzFit Lifestyle. That's our moment. Let's go. Let's get moving.
Hey, good morning, St. Lucia. Hope you guys are up, happy, ready, and healthy. So the last time I showed you all how to do biceps. Now this time, I'm going to show you how to target the tricep area, which is the biggest part of the muscle. Again, we have sexy curl first, one of our trainers here at BweelzFit Lifestyle, here to assist. Let's get it popping. Good morning. Again, we're handling blue waters, but we have the big water there. I would love to have some stamina bottles here. You hear that, Douglas? Stamina bottles. I would love to show the clients and customers how to use stamina bottles. Anyway, so we're going to target the triceps. So first, you're going to have your blue waters bottle, or I would advise you to have Heineken or Peter bottles. However, your preference. So the first exercise, what I want you all to do, go down flat, back flat, chest out, and your bicep area to the side. Now you're not going to hold the bottle fully up to your stomach or bust area, but hold it slide down in a hammer form. And then you're just going to kick back and squeeze. 1, 2, take your time. 3, 4. Ensure your back is flat. Look ahead of you. 5, 6, 7, and 8. That first exercise was already intense. So you're going to feel the bicep area behind you biting. You understand? So that's one exercise you can do. So remember, you're building, you're going to do 4, 5, 6 sets of 4 to 6. Again, you're toning 8 to 10 to 12. And you want to get ripped 12 to 15 to 18 reps. 3 sets, 4 sets, or 5 sets. Your preference. What you want to accomplish. So that's one exercise. The second exercise, you can put the bottles over your head. Ensure that the dumbbell, your elbows in front of you, and press forward and squeeze. 1, 2. Remember, the bottles are over your head. 3. Elbows straight in front. 4. We don't elbows out like this in front. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Remember, take your time, enjoy the exercise, feel the workout. So again, remember your count and your reps. So that's 2 exercises that can be done. For the third exercise, it's going to look similar to the first exercise. However, we're not going to do it in a hammer form. We're going to do it in a reverse form, and that is most effective. So you're not going to hammer, you're going to face forward. Again, keep your bicep area locked to your side, and you're pressing back. 1, and keep it close to your back. 2, so do not bring it out, you want to bring it into your back. 3, 4, make sure you look ahead of you. 5, and feel the squeeze. 6, 7, woo, and 8. Oh, that was intense. So imagine that, St. Lucia, with just bottles of water. How's your tricep feeling? Good. Come on, see this. Watch this already. That's exactly what we're looking for. You see this? That's what we want. That's why we're working out. Good job. So that's 1, 2, that's 3 exercises. The fourth exercise, you have your mop stick, your pipe, or your broom. My face. What you're going to do? You want to hold it, pick it up behind you. You see, if I squeeze, you see my tricep area is already engaged. So like this, always maintain a slight bend in your knee, and you're going to just press back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Whew. So imagine, we are the professionals, and we're showing you how to get it done with simple household appliances and equipment. And it's tough. So far less when we have to do 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, all the tires. So it's a life journey. It's a lifestyle. You have to be fit and focus about it. The last but not least exercise, remember we held the bottles over our head. This time, again, we have it locked into our side, and we keep it by our forehead. We're going to stretch out and squeeze. 1, 2, stretch out. 3, make sure you squeeze. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Excellent. Very easy triceps. And we're going to stretch it out. If you have a step or a chair, we're going to hit some tricep dips. So let's get it popping. We're just going to give 15 to 20 tricep dips to strengthen and stretch out the pump. Let's go. Stretch out your legs slightly. Slight bend in your knees. Chest out. And you don't want to juke forward like a lot of people let's do. You want to sit and come up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 more. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! That's how we get the tricep popping. You know, a little sexiness. My daughter call it fat, but I call it sexiness. So guys, remember, eat healthy, stay fit, and focus. Have an awesome day. Good morning.
Wonderful. Well, there you go, guys. That's our show for this awesome Tuesday morning. We want to bid you an awesome day today. Go out and have a great and remarkable day. I know there's a lot happening in and around us, but you gotta embody peace within. Because trust me, if you're looking towards the outside world to gain that peace, it ain't happening, because we see the world is in unrest right now. So make sure that you can cultivate that peace within. So no matter what is happening around you, you're going to remain at peace. Now, that's one. But here's the takeaway. The takeaway for me today is that many people want to skip the process, not knowing that when you skip steps, you miss the lesson. So don't try to, go through the thing gracefully. Take your time. Take it all in. And get everything you have to get out of it. That's the only help. Oh, and by the way, just before we leave, let's pip the earrings a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's Kateri design. She's local, handmade, and beautiful. All right. Have a nice day, guys. See you guys tomorrow.